Hi all, in this session we are going to learn about Azure Monitor. Here we can learn what is Azure Monitor, how we are going to collect the data from Azure resources by using the Azure Monitor, and how we are going to set the alerts. Everything we are going to discuss in detail, and I am going to show it to you in a practical manner as well. Let us quickly understand what do you mean by Azure Monitor. Here, the Azure Monitor is an inbuilt service that helps us to analyze the data, metrics, logs, activities of all Azure resources that we have hosted over Azure Cloud Computing Platform. Means whatever the resources which you had created in Azure, by default it will be monitored by the Azure Monitor service. So with the help of the Azure Monitor, we will get the data from the Azure resources. So by using the data, what I can do? I can do lot of things. If I have the data, I can perform lot of activities over the data. Means I can be able to visualize the data. I can make analyze the data. I can make some understanding about the data. There are a lot of things which I can be able to perform over the data if I have any kind of data. So let us quickly understand how the Azure Monitor is going to collect the data, in which format it is going to collect. So let us have a quick look on this diagram. Here the Azure Monitor is going to collect the data from Azure resources and from infrastructure on which these resources are hosted. And in which format the Azure Monitor is going to collect the data? It is going to collect the data in the form of metrics and logs. Here have a please deep look into this diagram, then you will have better understanding what is going to happen in the Azure Monitor service. Here the source may be application or operating system or Azure resources or Azure subscription or Azure tenant or any custom source. The source may be different kinds of source. So the Azure Monitor can be capable to get the data from any of this, like that may be application, operating system, Azure resources or Azure subscription level or Azure tenant level, or that may be custom source. In which format the Azure Monitor is going to collect the data? In the form of metrics and logs. So in the form of metrics and logs, the Azure Monitor service is going to collect the data from the source. So once the data has been collected, by using this data, we are going to make insights. What do you mean by insights? Detailed information. Suppose if you want to understand about the particular resource, you need to have the proper information or detailed information about the resource. What exactly the resource is, on which functionalities it is working on, everything. You will get detailed information about the source by using the Azure Monitor. And we are going to visualize the data. We are going to analyze the data. We are going to respond to the data. Means suppose if any VM is going to down, with the help of the data I can understood, oh, my VM is went down, there is some kind of action is required from my end. So immediately based on the data or based on the alert which I can get, accordingly I am going to respond to the data, and I am going to integrate the data with the some third-party tools. Here we can make lot of things whenever I have the data with me. So how these things can be implemented in the Azure Monitor, everything we are going to look. Here I am going to show to you in a practical manner in order to understand in a better way how the monitor service is going to functional. So quickly I am going to create one virtual machine. But before creating virtual machine, what I need to create? I need to create one resource group. So just click on review plus create. Just click on create. Then the resource group will be created soon. So once the resource group has been successfully created, I am going to create one virtual machine quickly. So just click on create. Assume this is the Azure resource which you are going to create. So the activities of this resource, how I am going to record, everything I am going to show to you guys. So just click on RG1. I am going to name as VM1. So availability choice, no infrastructure redundancy required. Standard security, I am going to select the image Windows to Server 2019. and I'm going to set the username for this VM, and password I'm going to set it, sorry, here, yes, and here I'm going to allow the ports as it is not required, but I'm just showing for you. Just without doing anything, leave as it is default. Just click on review plus create. Once the validation has been successfully passed, just click on create. So just click on create. Then the virtual machine will be created soon. In the meanwhile, what I will do, I'm going to show to you about the Azure Monitor right now. So the creation of VM is in progress. In the meanwhile, we will have some kind of stuff on Azure Monitor service. So as we had already discussed, the Azure Monitor service is used to collect the data and monitor the services or Azure resources. Here, simply type monitor. Go to monitor. Right now, you are in the monitoring. It is the default tool or inbuilt tool offered by the Microsoft Azure. Here, if you click on overview, this is the dashboard. This is like just a dashboard where you have application insights, container insights, VM insights, network insights. Based on the requirement, you can make the visualization of a data. Here, just click on activity log. Here, if you go to the activity log, here you have the logs are there. Activity log means whatever the activity has been happened over your resource, all those activities has been recorded here in the form of logs. So here if you see, you just created one resource group. Here 2 minutes ago, update resource group. Update resource group means the resource group has been initiated. Then after that, what we will do? What we had done? We had done the creation of VM. So once the creation of VM has been successful, let me check here. So still the creation of VM1 is in process because of it is not yet ready. So once it has been ready, then we will have look on the Azure Monitor service. Just refresh here. Whatever the activity which you performed, everything is recorded here. Had you seen this? Creator update VM. We had make the deployment. Who had initiated that? devtester928@gmail.com. This is the person who had initiated the creation of virtual machine. If you want to more information, just click on those things. Then resource. Here you are going to create the VM1 virtual under the Microsoft.compute. Under the service virtual machines, you had created one VM service. The name of the VM is VM1. Here the operation name is create or update virtual machine. And who had initiated this? devtester928 is the person who had initiated the operation. The operation name is create or update virtual machine. And what he had done, he had created the service under the virtual machines. Under virtual machine service, what we will create? We can create virtual machine only. What service name he had created? He had created a service with the name VM1. So you will get the each and information. Suppose if you see the activity log here in the Azure Monitor, you know all the activities which are recorded under this subscription. Here we have the lot of records. Whatever the activity which I had done at the subscription level, everything will be recorded in the monitor section activity log. But if I want to see the activity log of particular resource, how I can be able to do that? Go to home, go to VM. In the VM as well, we have the activity log is there. Just click on VM. So here, if you click on activity log, here it is showing to you the activity of a virtual machine. Here what it has, here what things has been recorded here. Whatever the activity which I had performed over the VM1, it has been recorded here. If you want to see the all the activities, you can directly go to the Azure Monitor. There you can see the all the activities which has been performed over the subscription level. If you want to see the any activity related to the specific service, then you need to go to that specific service, and there you have the option activity log. There you can be able to see. Just now what activity has been recorded here? I just created the VM. Suppose you are going to stop the VM. Stop. It is going to stop the VM. So here I had performed some activity. So this activity need to be recorded. Where it will be recorded? So in VM. So if you refresh here, it will take some time to get it show to you because of the activity or the action is still in progress. So once the action has been successfully completed, then only it is going to replicate it. So it will take some time. We need to wait until this action has been completed. So once upon the successful completion of the action, the same activity will be registered at activity log. So if you refresh here, I will show to each and everything, guys. Maybe sometimes it will take some time, but surely it is going to replicate here. Whatever the activity which is going to perform over the specific resource, it is going to record. Here, uh, okay, VM level, go to VM1 and go to activity log. So it is refreshing state. Yes. Here if you see earlier we have only one log, that is creation or updation, because of just we had created the virtual machine. But what I had done, I just stopped the VM. So means deallocate VM. Who had performed this? The dev tester 98. He is the owner of this account. I'm the owner of this account. I had performed this thing. So if you want to get the more info, just click on the activity log. Then the operation name is deallocate virtual machine, and the timestamp is in this particular time. Who had initiated? Dev tester 98. Suppose if you do any modifications or size, means if you make any hardware changes to your resource, like I'm going to select the thing is okay. Here I'm going to select this DS to V2, then resize. Here I had made some configuration changes to my VM as it is already in the turned off stage. So whenever you are doing any kind of configuration changes to your resources, please stop the service and make the configuration changes to that. And once the configuration changes has been successfully done, just start the VM. So just please have a look. The resize virtual machine has been successfully completed. So right now what I will do, earlier it is with different configuration. Right now it has been changed. Just go to overview and click on start. Then it is going to start your VM. Here starting of virtual machine is in progress. Here up to now how many activities I had done? Initially I had created the VM. Then after that I had stopped the VM. Then after that I had made some configuration changes. Then after that I just started the VM. So everything I need to be recorded in a digital format. Where it has been recorded? So in the activity log, go to overview and click on activity log. Just refresh it. Then currently it is not displaying, but it takes some time to get it replicated. So until we need to wait because of the action is still in the performance only. So once the action has been successfully completed, then the activity is going to register under the activity log service in VM1. Go to VM1, click on activity log. Here just refresh it. Refresh. So maybe it is going to take time. Go to home page and overview. Just click on all the resources. Click on VM1. Click on activity log. It should need to replicate here, but why it is not replicated? So yes, here again it has been started. Here if you click here, everything is recorded. In this way we can be able to see the logs. And one more thing I just want to show to you guys. Go to home, go to the monitor. Here we need to understand about the alerts. Why we need to set the alerts? Because of if anything happened to your resources, you need to be alerted, you need to be notified. So how that will be possible? With the help of the alert service inside of the monitor service, you can be able to get it notified whenever there is a event happen to your resources. Like suppose if your resource is suddenly restarted, means if your VM restart happened, then you need to notify. How? With the help of the alert. In order to create an alert, what you will do? Just click on create. Here you can create the alert rule or action group or alert processing rule. So just click on create new alert rule. Here source. Here in source you need to select your VM. So where is your VM? Here this is the VM. You need to select the VM which you had created, because of you want to monitor or you want to set alert rule for the VM. So that's why you are going to select the scope as VM. Then click on next. So here you need to set the condition. On what condition you need to notify it. So here we have the lot of things there. Percentage CPU, available memory, data disk, lot of things there. So here click on see all signals. So from these signals, and based on which parameter you want to be notified, you can select accordingly. Whenever that condition has been whenever the resource has triggered with that particular signal, then immediately it is going to notify you with the help of the alert rule. So here it is going to make. In the meanwhile, what I will do, so here we will have some kind of quick look on actions or condition. Still condition is in okay. So here most popular okay. So why it is taking time? So I'm going to show to you guys what are the different types of signals which we have in the Azure Monitor. So maybe it is going to take some time, but obviously it will be loaded soon. So once it has been loaded, I'm going to show to you guys what are the different types of signals which we have. Here why it is taking some time? Because of I am loading lot of signals. So because of that options, the Azure is going to show, is going to take some time in order to display all the signals. So if you don't want to set what are the options which is readily available with you, here yes you can. Here I am going to select VM availability metric or percentage CPU. This is the percentage. So here you need to select the threshold type is if the average is greater than 80%, means whenever there is application is running on your VM, if the CPU percentage has been reached 80%, means it is a threshold value, and if it is continuous for the continuous 5 minutes, then it is going to trigger you in order to notify. So something is happening to your VM, there is a high CPU percentage is currently in your mission, please have a look on it. Then I will have some kind of look on it why it is going to take high CPU. So I am going to fix that issue. Okay, if it the value is greater than 80 and it is going to check for every minute, and the look back period is 5 minutes. So next actions. Okay, here you need to select the action groups. Click on action groups. Here you need to create action group, means okay it is going to create the one alert whom it need to be triggered. Here you need to specify for whom it need to be triggered. Here I am going to select the resource group name RG1 and action group name is region is global. Okay, fine. Action group name is, here I am going to knock team, and display name is also knock team. And coming to the next notifications, the notification type is email or SMS message or push or voice or email Azure Resource Manager role. Here if you have any kind of existing Azure Manager role is there, you can select. Otherwise, you can select email notification. For which email ID you want? Here, I'm going to select dev tester 9. Otherwise, Sunil Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com. Sunil Cloud IT Tech @gmail.com. Next, action type. Here, these actions are used in order to associate this with any third-party application like Azure Function or Event Hub, ITSM, Logic App, Secure Web Hub. There are a lot of things out there. So if you want to trigger whom you want to trigger, then you can select accordingly the action type. Here, just click on Review plus Create. Here, coming to the notification. Okay. Here, email. Here, name is also sunilcloudtech@gmail.com. Here I am going to select the email as sunilcloudtech, and if you want to mention your phone number, you can mention. And if you want to get the Azure mobile app notification, you can select here. And if you want to get the voice message, you can select here. So based on your requirement, you can select those options. Accordingly, it is going to trigger you. Here, okay. So here I'm going to set an email, okay. Then review plus create. Then create. So here I just created one action group, and here the action group name is knock team, and I had provided one email. So whenever there is a percentage CPU is greater than 80% for continuous for 5 minutes, automatically it is going to trigger a email notification. Just click on next, details. Here severity. If it is greater than severity, I am going to make sure as critical. Means if the CPU percentage is more than 80% continuously for some time, maybe there is a chance the machine is going to down. So that's why I am going to treat that as a critical error. So alert rule name is CPU high, and alert rule description is also the CPU high percentage. And click on tags, review plus create, and it is going to charge you $0.10 per month. Okay, just click on create. It is going to create the rule. So here, if there is any alert, it meets your requirement, then it is going to trigger here. How many alerts we have? So based on the alerts, you are going to work on those alerts, and you are going to rectify that. So in this way, we are going to set the alerts. And coming to the metrics, here in metrics, what we will have? With metrics, we get to know the performance of our VM from the history. In metrics, what we will do? We can plot a graph by considering the different parameters for Azure resources. Here I am going to select my resource as VM1. Just click on here, apply. Here you have the different metrics are there, like available memory percentage, CPU credits consumed. So a lot of things are there. So what you want, based on that, it is going to provide some kind of graphs. Suppose if I take this memory bytes, here you have aggregation, average or count. So minimum. So here a lot of things are there. So with the help of this metrics, we can be able to understand the performance of the VM. Here my scope I had selected as VM, metric namespace. Here I am going to select the memory. If you want to check the CPU, yes, you can be able to check the CPU. Here, yes, here the metrics has been selected. Here if you want to add another metric, yes, you can. Here how many metrics you want, that many metrics you can be able to add. Here we have different types of charts are there, like area chart, bar chart. So there are a lot of things are there. So each and everything we are going to use for the data analyzation. So how we are going to analyze? With the help of the charts, with the help of the things, each and everything, we can be able to analyze it. So here, with the help of the metrics, we can be able to understand the performance of the resource here. And if you want to create one more rule, here I'm going to select the metric as CPU credits remaining. So here I'm going to select the average. If you want to count, here a lot of things are there. Aggregation, how you want aggregation, sum. So here up to, so just now the mission has been created, so that's why it is not going to replicate here. But if you have any kind of existing resources there, which is where it is currently serving for existing infrastructure or for the existing application, then you will have see the some kind of graphs, how the performance of the machine is going on, how the CPU performance is there. There are a lot of things which we will have to see. Here we have area chart, bar chart, scattered chart, grid. Suppose if you select the area, if you select the bar chart, then what will happen? Here you can be able to get the bar diagram. Here if you select the area chart, then you will get the area chart. So here we can able to visualize data in multiple ways. If you have the data, you can do wonderful things. So that's why with the help of the Azure Monitor, as it is an inbuilt service offered by the Microsoft Azure. So with the help of the Monitor service, you can be able to collect the data from all the Azure resources which we had created over the Azure platform. With the help of the data, we can visualize data, we can analyze the data, we can respond to the data, we can do lot of things with the help of data. Once you have the data with you, you can do everything with the help of the data. Okay, this is how we are going to work on Monitor. Okay guys, so here if you see whatever the things you want to see, here you can check accordingly. Here if you want to see in the grid manner, this is the grid manner. It is average is not available, sum is not available right now. Suppose if you want the scattered chart, then here you can be able to see here a lot of things are there. Okay guys, so hope you guys understood about the Azure Monitor. So in the next session we will meet up with the new concept, that is Active Directory or Microsoft Entra ID. So I hope you guys understood the session, and please subscribe my channel if you like my videos, and if you have any queries, just put me on the comment section. Accordingly I will revert to your queries whenever I am free. At the same time, whoever is interested, just please put your email IDs on the comment section. Accordingly I am going to add those email IDs to the Google Classroom, then they will have such kind of wonderful stuff. So whatever the material I am going to show to you, I am going to share it with you guys. So whoever is interested, please put me your email ID in the comment section. Accordingly I am going to add, so then you will have the some kind of wonderful material. It will be definitely useful for you while doing the practices or labs from your end. Okay guys, and for while performing the means while preparing for the interviews as well, this material will be surely 100% it will be useful. So trust me guys, this material will be very useful for you. And okay guys, thank you. We'll meet up you in the next session with the new topic. Until signing off, thank you, bye bye.